Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic is multiple alleles and ABO blood groups in human beings. So mainly in this topic, multiple alleles. So before going to the topic, first of all we know what are the alleles. So mainly alleles mainly where it is present. So one gene it is having two alleles. That means first of all when we know that alleles, before going to that word alleles, first of all mainly scientists they mentioned one gene having two alternative forms. The two alternative forms are there also considered they are the two alternative versions. That means two alternative versions means already we know that when we mentioned dominant character, so capital T, these are the dominant. When we know that recessive forms that are considered as mainly small t, these are the homologous. Then when we know that heterozygous type, that is alternative forms that are capital T and small t. So these are the mainly alternative forms. One gene having two alternative forms or two alternative versions, that alternative forms they are considered as alleles. So that's why one gene it having two alleles. So mainly these two alleles they are present on the same locus of a pair of homologous chromosomes. We consider as these are the mainly, so when the homologous chromosomes, that means already we know that human beings having how many number of chromosomes? 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes are present. So when that one chromosome it is having, that means one chromosome having homologous chromosomes. So these are also we consider as these are the homologous type. This is also recessive homologous version. Then these are the heterozygous versions. So my dear students, see here, so mainly one pair, that means a pair of homologous chromosomes mainly on their same locus, these two alternative forms having three genotypes in diploid organism. Diploid organism means, so mainly, so this diploid organism, so having the mainly reproductive process, so mainly that are considered as diploid organisms. So mainly when we know that diploid organisms having so two alleles forms having three genotypes. But so sometimes a gene it is having more than two alleles. What we know that one gene having two alternative forms, but it is also not always, considered. So some cases mainly one gene it also having more than two alleles. So see here, same locus of the homologous chromosomes of an organism. Already we says that same as it is homologous chromosomes of the same organism. So, but when one gene having more than two alleles, that are considered as multiple alleles. What are these? These are the alleles. But when we say that one gene having more than two alleles, that are considered as multiple alleles. So, when more than two alleles, these are present not in the diploid organism, we can observe populations of a specific organism. Population means group of organisms. So that means group of species are considered as population. So that's why we can observe more than two alleles not in one organism. So why? Because these are, it is not possible to observe that. So that's why we can observe in a population. So this process, this phenomenon, it is considered as multiple allelism. What is meant by multiple allelism? So mainly more than two alleles exist in a population of a specific organism. This phenomenon it is considered as multiple individual. So mainly these are only observed in the population. So how it is mainly present in a population. So see here. This is the mainly the equation of the multiple alleles. The number of genotypes mainly how it is expressed. The number of genotypes expressed by. So this is the equation of multiple allelism. So multiple alleles we know. So by the help of this equation, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. So mainly n means the number of alleles. So for example, the multiple allelism in man. So mainly the example it is ABO blood types. So mainly 3 alleles of a single gene. How many alleles in a single gene? Only 3 alleles are present. So mainly, finally, these 3 alleles they produce also 6 genotypes. So already we know that n means number of alleles. So how many alleles are present? 3 alleles are present. So when we can mainly introduce it into this equation by 2 equal to 3 into 4 by 2. That means 2 6 12. So how many genotypes? 6 genotypes. So mainly the 3 alleles of a single gene. So let us know about the ABO blood types. So ABO blood types, first of all, mainly these ABO blood types proposed by the scientist name was Carl Landsteiner. So Carl Landsteiner he proposed ABO blood types. So mainly he was also awarded Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1930s for his work. The year is 1930. Then, so what his work? So mainly he observed that mainly he says that the presence or absence of antigens on the plasma membrane of RBCs. So mainly the blood groups are mainly we can divide it into 4 types of blood groups. What are the 4 types of blood groups? A, B, AB and O. So these are the 4 types of blood groups. How we can divide that to 4 types of blood groups? The presence or absence of antigens on the plasma membrane of RBCs. So see here A and B antigens. So first of all, so A and B antigens are, and what are these? These are the carbohydrate groups. Actually, so these A and B antigens are mainly glycoproteins. Glycoproteins are again they are also called glycolipids. So mainly glycolipids annappudu, so mainly the carbohydrate, actually we say that these are also carbohydrate groups. When we take food material, after that the digestion takes place. After the completion of digestion, mainly that are converted into first of all glucose. Then glucose again it is converted into excess of glucose, it is converted into glycogen. So glycogen it is also we can consider as lipids or fats. So that's why actually A and B antigens also these are glycoproteins or glycolipids. So already we know that carbohydrate groups, that means mainly they produce energy, that is glucose. Then excess of glucose it is converted into glycogen. Then in this also these A and B antigens where it is present, these are present on the plasma membrane of RBC. So where it is present, A and B antigens always are present on the plasma membrane of RBC. Okay. Next one, A and B antigens they bound to lipid molecules. Lipid molecules also considered as these are lipid molecules means fatty acids. These A and B antigens protruded mainly from the membrane of RBC. Protruding means they are mainly inner region to outer region. That means బయటికి కనిపిస్తాయి అన్నమాట. Protruding means mainly they are from the membrane of RBC. So that means ఎలా కనిపిస్తాయి inner to outside region. So already the word also we can know that protruding means the lower organisms, turbularians లో protruding pharynx it is present. So that's why the protruding means బహిర్గతం అవడం అన్నమాట, బయటికి కనిపించేలాగా. So visible గా, so it is another says that visible, protruding from the membrane of RBC యొక్క ప్లాస్మా మెంబ్రేన్ పైన విజిబుల్ గా కనిపించేవేవంటే A and B antigens. So these are also called, that means A and B antigens are also called isoagglutinogens. Why? Because why the word says that isoagglutinogens? Why? Because they cause blood cell agglutination. Blood cell agglutination means blood clotting it is occurs. So when in the case of incompatible blood transfusion, so incompatible blood transfusion, that means not suitable blood groups, at that time mainly the blood cell agglutination it is occurs. So that's why A and B antigens are also called isoagglutinogens. Then see here, first of all we know that what are ABO blood groups and which type of antigens are present and which type of antibodies are present of these blood groups. So 4 types of blood groups. So how many blood groups are present? 4 types of blood groups are present. So my dear students, see here, first of all blood group A blood group persons having antigen A where it is present, they are present on their plasma membrane. Antigen A present on their plasma membrane. Then in these persons, blood group A persons having anti-B antibodies in plasma. Always we say that antibodies are present in plasma. Then antigens are present on their plasma, on their RBC. So see here, blood group A persons having antigen A on their RBC, anti-B antibodies in plasma. Then after that blood group B persons mainly it having antigen B is present on their RBC. Then this is the antigen B. Blood group lo same antigen B. Blood group A antigen A. So B persons having antigen B on their RBC and anti-B antibodies, where the anti-A antibodies present in plasma. Then after that next ABO persons. ABO persons it having both A and B antigens. Antigen A and antigen B are present on their, where it is present on their RBCs. Then in this no antibodies are present in plasma. No antibodies. Then the last persons are O blood group persons. O blood group persons no antigens. So in this also we cannot say that A, B. So A blood group persons having A antigen, B blood group persons having B antigen, AB persons having A antigen and B antigens. But we cannot say that in this antigen A, antigen B. Why? Because in this also absent. O persons no antigens. O persons mainly no antigens on their RBCs, but anti-A and anti-B antibodies, anti-A and anti-B antibodies present in plasma. Already we know that antibodies are present in plasma. Okay, my dear students, next class we will continue the topic.